Hey guys, this is Jaev, and welcome back to some Final Fantasy VI. So, this episode we are going to visit Cyan's hometown, or home castle, or what's left of it. And I already have all my characters outfitted and who I want to pick. I decided to go with Shadow this round, because his skeins will come in handy. Well, they would have if I wouldn't have taken Terra, but she's pretty much just going to murder everything with her level 3 spells. But that's beside the point. And I'm bringing Strago so I can learn a potential new lore. Cyan is... sorry, he's just going to be useless. But he is the catalyst to all of this. And the other reason why I wanted to bring Terra was... you'll see. But anyways, I got everybody outfitted. I got my wonderful Illumina sword on Terra. Man, that thing's awesome. So she's pretty much going to be unkillable. And I'm okay with that. Alright, so let's head over to Doma Castle, which is right here. Okay. Get all in position. And the other thing to note is I equipped everybody with ribbons because there are a few status elements I want to avoid, mainly like Imp. There's some poison, some seizures, and there's even an enemy that does this sort of sour mouth move. Alright, to activate this particular, I guess, story arc, we just have to come to the castle, long abandoned, and take a little rest. I always thought it was kind of weird that the fires are still burning. But hey, who am I to judge? Wake up, Cyan. It's time to go. Oh, Lord. Curly, Larry, and Mo, huh? Okay, that's just creepy. So what do? Jump in after him. Alright, so we find ourselves in Cyan's Soul. And we have a lovely save point that I'm not going to use it. But our first mission is to find our party members, because right now we only have Terra. And when you start this, you actually gain whoever's in your 4th party slot. Or 3rd if Cyan's in your 4th party slot. And this first part of the level has doors. You go in one door, you'll appear in a random different spot of the level. Well, it's not really random, it's predetermined, but you get my gist. That's alright. I'm not gonna mess with you guys until I get my party members back. Alright. Oh good. Strago has the sprint shoes too. So in here to the right, we'll pick up Shadow. And there are random encounters in this. I just actually haven't run into any yet. But I will be sure to show off everybody. Here we go. So we have some critics, or one critic and some Pandoras. Now the Pandoras, they like to do a move called Evil Toot, like so. Which acts kind of like Sour Mouth, that'll do random status effects and Condemned. Holy shit. But other than that, they're kind of garbage. So I'm going to kill them off the fire skein, hopefully. And I'm actually going to wait. This critic has a lore spell I can learn. Level Pearl. Which will do Pearl on your targets that are divisible by, I believe, the last digit of your GP. I want to say. Something weird. I tend to never use it because it's pretty random. And she has some other moves like Lullaby, I'll put you to sleep. But I have ribbons on everybody, so it's cool. Alright, Terra, get up. But it's not much to worry about. Oh yes, Condemned. She does have a few lore spells that you can learn if you never did learn them earlier. Which is nice. So I'm going to hang out. I believe that Slip Seed causes seizures. But I'm going to hang out until she casts the Pearl spell, and I guess I'll just cut back to when she does it. I think it's like a 33% chance after turn 3 or something. There we go. Finally. And with that, I can finally kill her. And one other fun fact is she's one of the very few enemies in the game that does not have a palette swap. So that is the only time you'll ever see that particular sprite. Alright. And we are actually at the end of the first part, so I'm going to run around like a crazy man and encounter the rest of these encounters. Ah, here we go, an Allosaurus. Now these guys are kind of weird. All they'll do is try to poison you. So that's pretty much it. That's all their moves are. So they are very easily killed with fire. Like so. Alright, learned life too. That'll be useful. Especially with an economizer on. Alright, so here are the next ones. Okay, we have a Barbie, which is this person right here. She's got a couple interesting moves, one of which is called Love Token, that if you get hit by it, it'll basically act like as if your character is wearing a true knight, so he'll take any attack that is directed towards her. Well, a physical one. And she'll try to imp you as well. And finally we have some parasites. And these guys are pretty boring as well. I think they just do Gigavolt. But their magic power is set at 1, so it is very weak. Oh yeah, they're weak to fire too. And that is it for the enemies of this first area. So let's go ahead and take on the bosses, shall we? It's our Stooge buddies. Let's rumble. And these guys are pretty easy. One of them uses fire attacks, one uses lightning attacks, and the last guy uses ice attacks. Hello, Interceptor. I'm gonna go ahead and start by big guarding. And the main, I guess, thing with this fight is you want to take out Curly, and that's this guy right here. Because he will randomly do healing spells, like White Wind, and he also has access to life too. So I definitely want to take him out. And I think he is weak against, I want to say, ice? It's either ice or fire. And I will find out in a second. Oh, and I think it's every 30 seconds, or 30 ticks of game time, they will try to use that Delta attack, which basically sets the stone status. But it's not much to worry about. And I got a lucky guess there, right on. But definitely want to take him out first. Let's see if Arrow will do anything. Ah, not bad. But I think I will switch to Step Mine for Strago, actually. Oh, crap. Alright, so the hard guy's taken care of. And are those two guys flipping me off? I just realized that. So next, it doesn't really matter who you take out. I guess we'll take out this guy. I believe that is Larry. He should be weak to fire. So we will light him up. Let's see if I was right. Well, in his name, I mean. Yeah, he's casting ice, so definitely. Let's go ahead and use some Osmos. Gets our NP back. Ouch. Alright, so all that we have left is Mo, who casts the Thunder spells. And he actually does not have an elemental weakness, so we shall kill it with fire. But all in all, they're a pretty easy boss battle. Oh, that did it. Right on. Got a paltry 6 magic points. And we are on to the next step in Cyan's madness. Now, doesn't this look familiar? So you can't go in this train, and obviously there's holes, so you can't go farther than that. So we have to press on. There's a save point? I'm not going to use it. Oh, we got some new enemies, Samurai and Rain Man. Rain Man is weak to ice, and he does, I think, Flash Rain, which is kind of annoying. Samurais, you want to kill right away. They have a move, I can't remember what it's called, but it's an instant kill attack. And it's like a physical attack. But they are pretty weak, so you can pretty much just take them out with a multi-target spell like that. Whoa. The scene is certainly familiar. Oh, excuse me. Oh, let me get out of your way. So we are after Cyan. And I want what is in that chest. So we hit the switch twice. And we got a Genji glove. And... okay. So we can't quite get that chest yet. There we go. Let's flip the switch real quick. That looks suspicious. Memorize the positions. Alright. So in here we received a lump of metal, which we will use on this chest. But real quick, for those that like to collect everything, it is actually a rare item. And the chest in question, which I'm going to go ahead and grab. I can't move. It's just a flame shield, so collectors might want to hold on to that. Just a little food for thought. And we have a little bit of a maze. Oh, look at that. And a new enemy. Cool. The Surianders, which are these guys right here. And they will yawn at us, which is kind of boring. And they can also sneeze at us and remove a party member from battle. So let's kill him. Stupid pincer attacks. I normally like to keep back guard on at all times as a relic, but I don't really want to give up a ribbon on anybody. And that's that. Pretty easy. Alright, so there are two chests we can grab right now. This X potion. And this ice shield. Nice, nice. Alright, so we want to move those seats down to the bottom left. And we do that by flicking the switch, so we move this couch. Then we can get to this switch, which moves the boxes. Move this couch back over. And this switch, I'll move that couch kind of like a Tetris piece. So let's see, what am I going to do now? Now I need to move this back. And then grab this last switch. And we're done. Stupid Rain Man. But anyways, we have this familiar looking setup. So if you remember, those are the chests you want to close. Throw the switch and ta-da! Ah! Okay. And this probably looks even more familiar now. The whole save point right before the main part of the train. The switches are a little different. And let's head for that smokestack. Well, maybe not. And we are on the third part of Cyan's soul trip. Magitech armor. Strago looks kind of like a badass. Oh, hey Cyan. Where the hell are we anyways, Narsh? So real quick, a trick we can do. Let's put Terra in the lead. Alright, now let's put Shadow in the lead. Trust me, it'll be worth it. And I'm not going to tell you what that does, but you'll find out. So we got some new enemies, some mechanical enemies. And we have access to all of our Magitech again. But this was the other reason why I wanted Terra. Was because she gets all of her cool Magitech attacks again. And of course, hers are the strongest. Well, technically her level 3 spells are strongest. But why the hell not? It's Magitech. We haven't seen these suits in a long time. Plus, these are the last times that they'll make an appearance. So why not use them, right? Okay. Alright, so we have I believe an IO is how you pronounce it. These guys can be a little dangerous. They have a lot of hit points. But if you let them live long enough, they'll start hitting you with very powerful attacks like Wave Cannon and I think Delta something. I can't remember the other name. But it hurts, I can assure you. So you want to take them out quick. And they also give a pretty nice rage for Gaio on the Velt. You can do Flare Star as a move, and I will be definitely getting that. So we'll just move on through. And once it starts to loop, just head on back. Start going counterclockwise. But before I do, I want to meet the rest of these enemies. And these Pluto armor, which I forgot to talk about the first time we got them, are pretty generic Magitech armor swaps. The only thing to worth note about these guys is they have a very powerful launcher attack that is the equivalent of hitting you with 8 Demi spells. So don't let them do it. It hurts. And that's it for them. So there is one more enemy in the caves here I'm going to try to fight. Just so he appears on the belt. Ah, there we go. Some sky armor. And again, nothing real worth note. They do an absolute zero move and they can reverse polarity you. But for completion's sake, and plus you never get to see him ever again in the game, so we might as well run into him now. Alright. Oh, there's Cyan. Come back, buddy. Oh. Didn't see that coming, huh? But we are now back in the castle. And who do we have here? Well, I'm trying. Oh, forgot to wipe my feet before I came in. Sorry, Cyan. Yeah, the dude definitely has a lot of burden on his shoulders. So Rexol. That is our target. Of course, man. He's our friend. Alright. So, let's go ahead and use a tent real quick, because why the hell not? Ah, come on. Wow, I'm down to 4. I really need to stock up. Even though there's these, perfectly good beds nearby. Let's just, throw down a tent. Alright, so we're back in Doma. And there's a lot of monsters running around, but it's all of the same monsters that we've run into previously. So one thing I actually didn't know about this game until recently was there are 3 scenes you can see if you walk around the castle. And we're going to go see them. Here's one of them. Little sparring session. Cyan being a good dad. Oh, how nice. How nice. When I always played this as a kid, I just always went for straight for the main boss of this area. I never walked around. So I never got to see all these cool little scenes. And we have one more right here. Cyan teaching his son about patience. Something I could definitely use, more patience. And there is actually one more scene we can see. And the scene in question, we have to trigger by going into Cyan's room. I always get nervous fighting those samurai. It's a trap! What do you want from me? Yep, that's our Cyan. Oh, character development, how I love you. But if you did not collect the treasures, you could actually collect all the treasures in this castle. So we're going to go ahead and head for the final boss of the area. And real quick, I'm going to go ahead and equip everybody. And I'm probably just going to give everybody else earrings. Including you, Shadow. Do I want to give you an earring? Yeah, sure, why not? Boost up everybody's magic power. Alrighty. So there he is, Rexel, sitting on the king's throne. Oh, I bet we can. By kicking the crap out of you. Oh, bring it on. Alright. So this fight is a bit gimmicky. Or it has a gimmick, I should say. And thank you, Rexel, for letting us know how it works. I appreciate it. So he's going to possess us with Zinger. Basically, he will not show up until we kill or otherwise incapacitate one of our party members. And we do not know which one he's inside. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and haste everybody. And these guys are vulnerable to slow, so I'm going to do that. They're also vulnerable to berserk. So we're going to do that as well. And you don't want to kill these guys because they automatically come back and it'll wipe whatever status effect you had on them. But they're vulnerable to a couple things like slow, berserk, confuse. And they're going to keep pucking spells at us this entire time. Once they run out of spells, they will start draining our MP, and that is what I don't want. So now that they are all slowed and berserked, I'm going to go ahead and start narrowing it down where Rexel went. So hopefully he is possessing Strago. Oh, thanks, Strago. I appreciate that. Oh, no, don't kill him. Damn it. Alright, I'm going to break you. And go ahead and I guess I will, let's see, berserk you again. That's the one bad thing about bringing Shadow. And it does not appear that Rexel was in Shadow. And yes, that sounded disturbing, I know. But of course, petrifying them will also work. So I'll try to hit Strago with 2 breaks. One of them's bound to hit, right? And now we play the waiting game. Alright, he was in him. Ah, that sounds so wrong. So now, we have to damage Rexel as much as possible before he can possess another guy. He's going to cast a bunch of bolt spells, and he is weak to ice. But he has insane magic defense, so the only thing that's going to get through to him is probably a Morph Terra. And everybody else is going to do barrier piercing attacks like Ninja Stars and, oh damn, and Set Mine. But yeah, he's weak to ice, and a Morph Terra with that insane magic power she already has is only dealing, 6 grand. But he should actually fall before he gets a chance to possess another character. And you can actually cheese this fight once he possesses your character. If you cast X Zone and kill off his 2 little Soul Saver buddies, you'll end the fight, but you will not get the pod bracelet that he drops. Like so. And it's not that hard of a fight. But look at that. They're in Magitech armor still. That was why I switched them from the party leader. Just a fun little glitch, I guess. But fortunately, it looks like we have Cyan back. And Strago is missing his head. Tearful reunion, but sad. Oh, that's BS. Now, I wonder if these are ghosts, or maybe it's just his subconscious trying to tell him something. Or maybe both. Or maybe something else. Well, at least you got to see him one final time. Hell, that's the second time you've seen him. After they've passed. Ooh, what do we have here? Ooh, Magicite. And with that, Cyan has acquired a new blade. The Aura. It's now in our inventory. Hell yeah. Like kicking the crap out of Kefka. And we also gained all 8 of his Sortex. So I will be sure to show them off next episode, all of Cyan's moves. Because I promised somebody that I would a while ago, and I have not forgotten. But if we go to the throne room real quick, we can pick up a Magicite. Receive the Magicite Alexander. Which is a pretty nice one, I guess. It teaches us, where the hell is it? Pearl, aka Holy. And yeah. I think this is the only way you can get Holy spell as well. But with that, let's go ahead and switch to Cyan. Because, you know, let's end the episode on a good Cyan note. With that, I'm going to end the episode. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Next episode, we're going to do another side quest. So until next time, take care, guys. Later.